Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Trailz is a two-player racing game with snails and mushrooms, and it sounds as bizarre as it may play. What you actually get is an abstract little racing game. Plays a lot more like checkers. So you can move up the snails up certain trails, you can move the mushrooms up certain trails, and you just want to get one mushroom from one side to the other side. The snails will be able to eliminate other snails from the board or other mushrooms from the board. And it becomes what you think would be like a kid's game, racing from the box, to this like brain burner where you're like, if I move there, then they could do this. If they did that, I'm going to ba da da dee dee. And it's all about the placement and the movement, and what you thought would be like, yay, they're racing, we're moving. It becomes, should I move there? Perhaps there. So if we move there, it goes here. And it becomes this like exercise of puzzlement inside of your head. That is Trailz. Now this is a very light game. The rules are super simple. It's very easy to teach, very easy to showcase to somebody else. The miniatures look great. Everything looks kind of cool in this little package that you have here. But it's going to be this thing of like, not necessarily getting what you think you're going to get. So I thought I was going to get a kid's game. It's definitely, I mean, yeah, the kids can play, don't get me wrong. But this is when there's like, to sit down and think about all the different little options. Now, I don't want to oversell it, I guess, is the word I'm saying to it. It isn't so much that like, you're thinking about all these permutations of different avenues you go down, strategic elements you have. But kind of like chess. If I move here, well, they move there. And that's kind of what's going on here. It's all about the placement and where you can move and how you can get your mushroom to move up here while they're focused over here. That's going to be Trailz. I don't really have a place for a game like this in my collection. You know, I could definitely see this being played like a Crackle Barrel or something like that. Like when there's very easy games, you sit in your rocking chair and you're kind of moving around, you're kind of thinking, you're very, very patient. We're not really into those kind of abstract games. So this is one I will be purging, but also recommending. That doesn't happen a whole lot here. The game is easy to play. That's going to be a good jumping in point for most gamers, you know, non-gamers alike, but it only plays two, which is definitely going to keep it down to like who you can play with. So maybe it's like a couple, a gamer aspect, or with some kids. I think that where it will land. As for me, I just don't have a place for it in my collection. It's not something we're going to be pulling out over and over again. But one, if you asked me to play, I probably would play with you. And that's a good indicator of a good game to me. Who should buy this game? Anybody, you know, you're going to need only 2 players. So if you have more than that, or that's not going to fit your playing style, then this isn't going to be for you. It's a racing game, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a brain burner. It's got that ease of like checkers, ease into play, kind of like chess, where it's like you're always thinking ahead of what your opponents are going to be doing, and you need to plan for that as you're going through. And sometimes you just get lucky. You just pull something out, somebody will make a move, they're like, I didn't see that. And that's normally going to be the win, when you, I didn't see that. Or you just set them up where no matter where they go, you're going to win, that double whammy there. And I think that's where the game is going to be placed. It can be played with kids, non-gamers, gamers alike. This is going to run the rampant. It's a purge for me just because we don't play a whole lot of these games. But this is one I would tell you to take a second look at. I think on the store shelf at Target, pass this off as a cheap kids game. It definitely isn't. This is one to look out for. And one I think that flew under the radar. Trailz.